Hi, I'm Mike Yam with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. A couple of COVID game postponements led to the rare Tuesday night NFL doubleheader. First in SoFi Stadium, Rams wideout Cooper Kupp had 2 touchdown catches and broke Isaac Bruce's Rams' single-season receptions record of 119 catches, helping LA to a 20-10 win over Seattle. In Philly, Jalen Hurts overcame 2 early turnovers by producing 3 total TDs, 1 in the air, 2 on the ground, as the Eagles beat Washington 27-17. The Eagles rushed for 238 yards. Elsewhere, the Chiefs, the latest team dealing with a COVID outbreak, they placed several players, including All-Pro Tyreek Hill, on the reserve COVID list on Tuesday. Also landing on that list, Bills wideout Cole Beasley and will miss it under protocols. Playing Sunday showdown against the Patriots. And NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
At Lowe's Winterfest, find the gifts to make more holiday. Like savings on select appliance special values, plus free local delivery over $396. Or save $60 on the DeWalt 20-volt Max brushless drill kit. Was $159, now $99. Make your season twice as nice, twice as merry at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Appliance offer restrictions and other fees may apply. See store for details. While supplies last. Valid through 12/22. U.S. only.
You coming to bed, hon?
Yep, honey, I'll be right there. Just got to turn out the light. Ow! 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 Ah! Ah!
Some things never change.
Ow.
Like your kids always leaving tiny toys on the floor for you to step on.
Ow.
And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Sweetie, I think I left the downstairs light on.
Please don't make me go.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO El Centro. It's a Wednesday, 22nd day of December, 2021. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning.
It's another beautiful day.
Overcast sky.
And that's nice.
Coolness in the air.
Yes. We can handle this.
We can handle it.
Yeah.
We can handle it.
Okay. And when we look at what's coming up towards the end of the week, hey, this is great.
Well, I'm hoping it doesn't come up towards the end of the week. Cool weather and all of that, great.
Okay.
Rain, go away, come another day.
Yes. Well, and it won't be a white Christmas.
Probably
not in the Imperial Valley.
Yeah.
And from what I read from the forecast, do not expect snow in the mountains.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, wasn't that long ago, a couple of weeks at the most, they said don't expect snow, and they got it.
Yeah.
So.
It's a guessing game.
It is.
Okay. How about we guess some birthdays? We're going to get into the news early today. We've got the new mayor of Brawley, Sam Couchman. Or should I say recycled mayor?
Recycled dude, yeah.
Yeah. And the new mayor of El Centro, Tomas Oliva, and they'll be visiting with us coming up. Okay?
Coming up, we promise.
As parents, we've done everything we can to keep our kids safe, happy, and healthy during this pandemic. From finding the best face masks to making sure their hands are clean. And now we have the best tool to help keep them even safer. The most important thing we can do is vaccinate our kids to protect them against COVID-19. Vaccines have been proven safe and effective for children 5 and up. Talk to your child's doctor or visit myturn.ca.gov to find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Happy birthday, Allison O'Brien, Christina Rees, Yvonne Sanchez, Whitney McShann, Stephen Campos, Wendy Miller, Selena Romo, Lourdes Navarro, Esther Banda, Daniel Crankshaw, Wendy Lugo, Andres Medina, Ernest Arvizo, Janina Farias, Lupe Bonias, May Wu, Rhonda Kramer, Scott Corley, Trini Beltran, Sergio Limon, and Esteban Ornelas. Happy birthday from KXO. Okie dokie.
Happy birthday.
Yes. Okay, let's jump into some news. Are you ready?
I'm ready to jump in.
Okay, both feet first. It's a look at world and California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. They are your year-round comfort specialists.
CBS News Brief. The Omicron outbreak is hitting new highs and lines are long at COVID testing sites. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky tells CBS the administration is taking cues from overseas.
We have seen in countries that preceded us and other places doubling times of this virus of as quickly as 2 days or 1.5 days even.
They're slammed with Omicron cases in the UK, where officials out the self-isolation period for the unvaccinated from 10 days to 7 to alleviate staffing shortages. Health Secretary Sajid Javid says they've also ordered more antiviral drugs.
This 4.25 million additional doses is on top of the 730,000 we'd already purchased, so almost 5 million doses now.
Investigation into EVs here. Wendy Gillette.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says it's reviewing 580,000 Teslas sold since 2017 that allow drivers to play games on the car's front center touchscreens while they're in motion.
CBS News Brief, Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news, the state set to require healthcare workers to get their COVID booster shots. An official announcement coming from Governor Newsom later today. In Los Angeles, Mayor Eric Garcetti says the city's indoor mask mandate will continue.
I don't see a lockdown. I think we're so much better protected than we were. I do think that restrictions such as masking indoors will continue, especially as these cases go up.
UCLA and UC Irvine among the UC campuses that will revert to remote classes only for at least the first 2 weeks of the winter term in January.
I'm a therapist, so it's like psychologically hard because they're used to the in-person. But I also believe in safety.
UC System President Dr. Michael Drake sending a letter to all 10 system chancellors stressing that the vaccine booster shots will also be required for eligible staff and students there. Hours-long standoff in San Jose, a man armed with a rifle barricading himself inside an RV, eventually taken into custody. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. For all your air conditioning and sheet metal needs, call your friends in the business at Lock Air Conditioning.
You and Buddy are enjoying your walk when...
Yeah, I smell that too. I know, don't blame it on the dog. I hear that hissing too. Maybe it's a cat.
No, dude. A sulfur-like odor and hissing can be signs of a natural gas leak. Natural gas lines can be buried anywhere. If you suspect a leak, leave immediately and call 911 and Southwest Gas.
Thanks, deep voice narrator.
You're welcome, dude. You too, buddy.
The countdown's on. Dash into JCPenney for your last chance to shop before Christmas Day. This week, save up to 30% on your favorite kitchen gifts from Cuisinart, Ninja, and Instant Pot. Deck out the family in champion gear up to 40% off. And dazzle their holiday with Yes Please Diamonds, just $25. Hurry in to wrap up your shopping with extra savings in the nick of time. Joy, comfort, peace. JCPenney. Offers valid on select items 12/20 through 12/24. Doorbusters and champion excluded from coupons. Other exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
It's page one of the local news. Page one is service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro. Quick Lane, ready to serve.
The El Centro City Council met last night for a regular scheduled meeting. We have a visit with the new mayor, Tomas Oliva.
First and foremost, it was my first meeting that I presided over, so I was really happy and excited about that. A few days before Christmas, and I have to say we are all ready to have a few days in the holidays here coming up. So the majority of the bill's agenda and attention went down to approving several items in regards to Town Center Plaza. This is going to be a new subdivision, basically a new set of apartments that is going to exist behind the Target and Lowe's area in the city of El Centro. So behind there is already an apartment complex, but behind that, there's going to be a new set of apartment complexes. And so city council deliberated and accepted some changes in zoning, in subdivision maps and whatnot, right? Very exciting stuff. But ultimately, what the people are going to see is construction is going to start very soon. And we're going to have a new set of apartments for folks that are looking for apartments. So that's going to be very major, and people are going to see that. Secondly, what we did was we reallocated some American Rescue Plan dollars. Initially, we set some monies that the federal government gave us in regards to COVID, and we purchased some very large ticket items that we have not been able to purchase prior to. So we spent that money, but after looking back at our finances, we realized that a lot of those expenses could very well be absorbed by Measure P. And Measure P is the half-cent sales tax that the people have allowed to have here in the city of El Centro. That fund is generally healthy. So what we said was, you know what, let's spend the money from there first, put it back in ARPA, and that way any unexpected costs that come up in regards to COVID, as you know, we're still in it. We want to make sure that there's some funding there that we're able to use because it has more flexibility. So about $3.7 million was shifted over from the American Rescue Plan and absorbed by Measure P. And quite honestly, the last thing that I would have to end this with is we had some pretty significant retirements in the city of El Centro. We had 3 employees retired, so we spent a good amount of time recognizing the time that they have dedicated to the city. So I have to say that it was very sad to say farewell to Norma Villacaña, our Community Development Director, Officer Mike Boston, and Sergeant Victor Nunez. Norma Villacaña, Officer Mike Boston, each have given 29 years of their life in service to the city of El Centro, and Sergeant Victor Nunez had given 28 years. And so collectively, as you can see, so many years dedicated to the residents of the city of El Centro. And so we thank them for their service and we wish them the best in their retirement. And those are the highlights of what the city deliberated last night.
And that was the new mayor of El Centro. Coming up, we'll have a visit with the mayor of Brawley.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro suggest the works. The works, including tire rotation and pressure check, brake inspection, fluid top-off, battery test, filter check, belts and hoses check, and synthetic blend oil change with up to 6 quarts of Motorcraft oil plus oil filter. You can't beat the works. Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane in Brawley and El Centro, ready to serve.
Here's a visit with Brawley Mayor Sam Couchman.
We made presentations to Linda Self, our 30-year recreation coordinator, Gordon Gase, Development Services Director for 20 years upon their retirement from the city of Brawley. We approved the second reading of an ordinance prohibiting camping and storage of personal property in city parks, alleys, public sidewalks, recreational areas, and other publicly controlled property within the city limits. That's to discourage the homeless from camping on public property. Update on local COVID-19 pandemic and declaration was given about our local emergency declaration by Fire Chief Mike York. Approved an amendment to solid waste agreement allowing Allied Waste their income due to cost of living increase. Approved commercial rate adjustment for Republic Services to implement state-mandated SB 1383 California Recycling Organic Recycling Program. Initially affects businesses with volume greater than 2 cubic yards of waste. And this is a state mandate, which we're not real happy with. However, we are subjected to having to do this. And so that's what we're doing. Important first reading and approval of ordinance regulating vehicles with large advertising signs. This is to avoid people with large advertising signs on their vehicle, parking them in public parking areas and on the city streets. Which can have an adverse effect on safety and this appearances in general, and also subjects people to not being able to park for long periods of time. Approved a 4-way stop signs and replaced the yield signs with stop signs on Cesar Chavez Street at H&I Street and G&J Street. This has been something requested by the public. It's a safety issue. We've had several people speeding on that street and several accidents. We did approve an American Rescue Plan, alternate expenditure plan, and associated budget adjustments, and this is to utilize the funding provided by the federal government for COVID for COVID effects on the city, negative effects on the city, and this is budget adjustments that we had to make. Okay. Finalized and adopted a utility tax amendments for implementation, approved to purchase 6 safety license plate recognition cameras with Raven technology and to identify any gunshot locations and potentially fireworks locations due to noise generation. And this is all grant and funding, and we would anticipate that we will use this to enforce our fireworks ordinance and also utilize it to identify stolen vehicles and other issues related to that. We approved an award of design for Western Avenue project from Wildcat to Legion Street, and this will be behind the Walmart area in anticipation of the occupation of many of those homes that are being built in that area. We canceled our January 4th, 2022 council meeting, and we'll meet on the 18th of January.
And that is the mayor of Brawley, Sam Couchman. That concludes this edition of Local News.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley.
Ever makes you happy at Burgers and Beer. Bring your friends, bring your family, and let's make time for a good time. All the drinks, all the food, and great service too. Everything you need is right here at Burgers and Beer. Burgers and Beer, the best burgers in town.
It's page 2 of the local news and the weather, all brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for life insurance, health insurance, auto and home insurance as well.
Continuing with more local news, COVID-19 numbers updated. Here's more on the story.
The numbers were released Tuesday morning. Numbers are provided by the County Public Health Department. According to the new numbers, active cases of COVID-19 have increased to 660 as compared to 573 reported last week. Deaths attributed to the virus have also increased. Current number indicates 792 have died as a result of the virus in Imperial County, up from 788 reported last week. 66 COVID-positive patients are currently hospitalized in the county. 24 of them are in intensive care. Health Department says 36 ventilators are currently in use countywide. Delta variant cases have increased to 910 as compared to 810 reported last week. There have been no reports of the Omicron variant in Imperial County. State metrics for the Imperial County reports positivity rate 7-day average at 13.6%. New cases per day per 100,000 population is now at 33.60. Total vaccination doses administered in the county are now close to 335,000. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
The November jobless rate was released recently. The latest numbers available are for November. The report was released by the Labor Market Information Division of the Employment Development Department. The unemployment rate for November was at 15.5%, down from a revised 17.7% in October, and below the year-ago estimate of 16.4%. This compares to the unadjusted employment rate of 5.4% for the state and 3.9% for the nation during the same period. According to the report, there were 10,500 eligible workers unemployed in November out of a labor force of 68,000. Despite the positive numbers, Imperial County still has the highest unemployment in the state. The only other county with double-digit unemployment was Colusa County, with an unemployment rate of 10.3%. And continuing with more local news, there are turkeys for seniors. George Gale explains.
The Imperial County Area Agency on Aging has partnered with Catholic Charities Diocese of San Diego. They began a holiday turkey distribution last week. They are distributing turkeys to hundreds of senior citizens that participate in the AAA Senior Nutrition Program. In total, 450 turkeys will be distributed until Christmas Eve to congregate sites in Calexico, El Centro, Westmoreland, Heber, Salton City, Hopeville, and Brawley. For more information, contact Catholic Charities or the Area Agency on Aging. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
It's nice to explore your options when it comes to buying insurance, no matter what you're looking for. David H. West Insurance Services offers it all. And being an independent broker, we have many companies for. We continue providing Medicare, life, and health plans, and now offer auto, home, and commercial insurance. David H. West Insurance Services can find the right insurance to fit your needs and budget. And best of all, a staff who cares about you. So don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call David H. West Insurance Services at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411 for a free insurance review. That's 352-3411.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
According to the National Weather Service, high pressure over the region will lead to slightly above normal temperatures through tomorrow, despite considerable cloudiness. A slow-moving Pacific weather system off the west coast will continue to feed moisture and clouds into the region through the holiday weekend, while also providing possible chances for rain as early as tomorrow. An unsettled weather pattern is likely to continue into next week, with additional chances of precipitation, while temperatures remain at or slightly below seasonal normals. 68 our high yesterday, 48 the overnight low. Today will be partly sunny with a high near 70. Southwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming calm. Mostly cloudy tonight with a low around 52. Light wind becoming west about 5 miles an hour. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 76. Calm wind becoming south about 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. 50 degrees, 62% relative humidity. The wind is calm. Page 2 of the local news brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for life insurance, health insurance, and Medicare supplemental coverage.
It's time to get holiday ready with Ford. America's best-selling trucks are here, and capable SUVs are rolling out. Get great offers on the Ford that's right for you, like F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 44 years straight. And with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Or come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready with Ford. Now get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash on a 2021 Ford F-150 or 2021 Ford Ranger. Only at your San Diego County Ford dealers. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit financing. 0% APR financing for 60 months at $16.67 per month per $1,000 financed, regardless of down payment. Not available on Raptor or Tremor. Residency restrictions apply. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 1/3/22. See dealer for qualifications and complete details. Based on 1977 to 2020 CY total sales. Based on IHS Market 1946 current U.S. total new cumulative registrations for all vehicles identified as SUVs.
It's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Well, first off, congratulations to the San Diego State Aztecs in the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl. Yeah, the Aztecs beat University of Texas San Antonio. It was 38-24 when it was all over. NFL action yesterday as well. The Rams ripped the Seahawks 20-10, and it was the Eagles over Washington 27-17. Thursday night football, it'll be the 49ers and the Titans. And we've got game on AM 1230 KXO. We'll take a look at the NBA coming up.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all your services, visit pmhd.org today.
And NBA action, they hammered the Pacers 125-96. It was the Knicks clobbering the Pistons 105-91. Pelicans topped the Trailblazers 111-97. Mavericks over the Timberwolves 114-102. Suns beat the Lakers, but then the Suns beat everybody 108-90. The Nets postponed. Meanwhile, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver says the league has no plans to suspend its season as 19 through the league. Well, certainly not. There's too much money at stake. The NBA has had postponed 7 games over the past, including 5 over the past 3 days, as the Omicron variant of COVID-19 has swept through the league. Well, just has swept through societies around the world. And in other news, out of an abundance of caution in order to keep as many players on the field as possible in the college football playoffs, Michigan's football players will get their COVID-19 booster shot today as a team. That, according to offensive lineman Andrew Stuber. Stuber, speaking to the media, said the Wolverines haven't had any issues with the virus leading up to their game against Georgia in the college football playoff semifinals in the Capital One Orange Bowl, but they aren't willing to take those chances. And in the NFL, Tampa Bay running back Leonard Fournette is likely to be placed on injured reserve because of the hamstring injury. Fournette would miss the rest of the regular season, but could come back for the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers are signing Le'Veon Bell, pending a physical to back up Ronald Jones. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. For more information about Pioneers, go online, pmhd.org. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. America's economy did slightly better than initially thought in the third quarter of the year. That, according to new data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis. Gross domestic product, the broadest measure of economic activity, expanded at an annualized rate of 2.3% between July and September, according to a third estimate of the data. It was slightly faster pace than the 2.1% previously reported. Even so, it was still a slowdown from the 6.7% annualized expansion in the second quarter, and the drop-off was, in turn, due to people spending a lot less than they had in the spring when the last round of stimulus checks from Washington kept Americans shopping. Meanwhile, the World Bank has cut its forecast for China's economic growth this year and next, as the world's second-largest economy faces mounting headwinds from the new Omicron variant to a severe property sector downturn. The bank now expects China's GDP to expand 8% in 2021 compared with a year ago. That's lower than its previous forecasts. It also cut its 2022 forecast from 5.4% to 5.1%. What's on the big board? Green. The Dow up 190 points at 35,681. The S&P 500 up 32 at 4,681. The Nasdaq at 15,446. That's up 106 points. Gold up $6.10 an ounce. And oil, it's up 60 cents a barrel.
Southwest Security Company is a locally owned security company protecting your property or your business and now offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Plus, they added Southwest Postal with post office boxes you can access 24 hours a day, 360 days a year, with shipping services too, using DHL, UPS, and FedEx. They're conveniently located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro. And if you need something notarized, they can do that too. You can count on Southwest Security and Southwest Postal for 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
According to the National Weather Service, high pressure over the region would lead to slightly above normal temperatures through tomorrow, despite considerable cloudiness. A slow-moving Pacific weather system off the West Coast will continue to feed moisture and clouds into the region through the holiday weekend, while also providing possible chances for rain as early as tomorrow. An unsettled weather pattern is likely to continue into next week, with additional chances of precipitation, while temperatures remain at or slightly below seasonal normals. 68 our high yesterday, 48 the overnight low. Today will be partly sunny with a high near 70. Southwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming calm. Mostly cloudy tonight with a low around 52. Light wind becoming west about 5 miles an hour. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 76. Calm wind becoming south about 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. 50 degrees, 62% relative humidity. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil. We are KXO, El Centro, California.
This is CBS. Home for original reporting. I'm Peter King in Orlando. AAA says this is the top domestic destination for holiday travelers this week, with more than 6 million people expected to fly somewhere despite the COVID surge. KCBS Radio's Matt Bigler has been talking to flyers at Oakland International.
The threat from Omicron didn't stop Vanessa Aldemira from boarding a plane with her husband and 5-month-old baby who can't wear a mask.
We actually got him a little hat with a face shield, so I'm feeling a little nervous.
Air traveler was double masking as she prepared to fly to Las Vegas to be with family for the holidays.
I think the benefit of just being together, because we went through such a long period of not being together.
Some 2 million people have passed through TSA checkpoints every day for the past several days, roughly double from last year. Matt Bigler for CBS News at Oakland International Airport.
As for the dangers people associate with traveling, CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says they may be overrated.
People are talking about the plane rides and the train rides, and that's actually not where the real challenge is. How safe your holiday is really about how safe you are in the time leading up to the holiday.
Israel is stepping up its fight against Omicron. Here's CBS's Linda Gradstein in Jerusalem.
Israeli health experts recommended that anyone over 60 or who is immunocompromised or a health worker get a 4th shot as long as it's been at least 4 months since their last booster.
Counting today, there are 3 shopping days left until Christmas. And in Houston, CBS's Janet Shamlian says it's a last-minute game of beat the clock.
Many last-minute shoppers are now hearing these words, out of stock.
There's a lot of us explaining to people that, we don't have a lot of what they're, might be looking for.
This is Houston's Fundamentally Toys, where supply chain issues mean many of manager Cliff Moss's orders never arrived.
There was a lot of things that were expected 2 months ago. We get emails daily about, sorry, it's still on the water.
Despite the backlog, the National Retail Federation expects record growth, predicting an 11% increase in holiday sales this year.
NASA's James Webb Space Telescope is ready for a Christmas Day launch from French Guiana. The Hubble telescope's successor will look into space from much further route about 1 million miles. NASA astrophysicist Dr. Nancy Rigby.
With Webb, we'll be looking for weeks at these areas of blank sky. And those regions that for Hubble are black are thousands of galaxies are going to pop into view.
On Wall Street, the Dow is having a big day, up 176, and the NASDAQ has gained 107. This is CBS News.
There's always something new under the sun. CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
I love being able to share with our family who's listening how much we all love State Farm insurance. With surprisingly great rates, State Farm has saved us money with our car and home insurance.
I mean, you're my wife. You know how much I love a great deal, so of course I'm going to love the great rates and great service at State Farm. It's good for my wallet and for my family.
State Farm meets my needs, plus I get to control how and what I want for my budget. And I do it all from their award-winning mobile app.
Surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The countdown's on. Dash into JCPenney for your last chance to shop before Christmas Day. This week, save up to 30% on your favorite kitchen gifts from Cuisinart, Ninja, and Instant Pot. Deck out the family in Champion gear up to 40% off. And dazzle their holiday with Yes Please Diamonds, just $25. Hurry in to wrap up your shopping with extra savings in the nick of time. Joy, comfort, peace. JCPenney. Offers valid on select items 12/20 through 12/24. Doorbusters and Champion excluded from coupons. Other exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
A Christmas-time tragedy is remembered.
Dozens gathered at a church in the southern Illinois town of West Frankfort on the 70th anniversary of the nation's deadliest coal mine accident. 119 men lost their lives in an explosion at the Orient No. 2 mine, December 21st, 1951.
I think it's important that we continue to look at this. You want a younger generation to remember this, and you want them to know the importance of this event.
Jim Muir is the circuit clerk for Franklin County, Illinois. The explosion happened just before the final shift at the mine before Christmas break. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
The good news is that Mardi Gras celebrations will be back in New Orleans, but city officials say they have to shorten the upcoming Mardi Gras parade routes because there are fewer police officers, medics, and other first responders to deal with the crowds. New Orleans was once an epicenter for COVID, but the mayor now says 80% of the population is vaccinated. I'm Peter King, CBS News.
What do you want for Christmas, little boy?
Merry Christmas from Kxo Radio.